right. This is the NASCAR report for the Coca-Cola 600. I'm Rye Cape. I have two guests here with me tonight. You know this one very well, Joey Tron at Betting Underdog. How you doing, Joey?
Good. It's great to be back. I'm excited to talk some IndyCar and some NASCAR.
Yeah, it's been a while. And then we have Kyle at Auto Lotto 317. Kyle, how you doing?
Doing good. Excited for Motorsport Christmas this weekend. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, great weekend. Great weekend coming up. All right. Yeah, so I guess we'll get right to it. I have no recaps for last week, though I did. If you're in the Discord, in the Insiders Room, you got Joey Logano at 8-1. So that ticket cashed. I actually had a pretty good all-star race. What was before that? Darlington? I did well at Darlington, too. So we've been rolling on this show pretty much. So we'll get into the Indy 500 talk. That is Sunday.
Hopefully. The forecast is not ideal right now for Sunday. So it could be Monday. And then Monday's forecast is not ideal. So it could be Tuesday. And then there's maybe rain Tuesday. So it could be Wednesday. I'm for sure that we'll get it in by Wednesday.
So what happens if it gets rain out? Kyle Larson just flies to Charlotte?
It's just Kyle Larson would just fly to Charlotte. The worst case scenario for Kyle Larson is they start the race and then it gets rain after it starts. Then so that's what he's trying to avoid. Right now Sunday's looking like a mess. It's Indiana, so you never know with the weather. I'm not gonna come on here and try to be a weatherman, but I'm gonna keep my rain jacket on me this weekend. That's for sure.
So I have a quick question. What if?
Sure.
So let's say they start the race. Larson starts. They go like 50 laps. Rain comes. They stop the race. They delay a little bit. Can Larson leave? Can he literally say, "Hey, listen, I'm going to my NASCAR event. I gotta go," or does he have to finish because he started?
I mean, it's not like they have a gun to his head or anything, right? He can leave, but he would be disqualified if he leave. They don't have a reserve driver in that scenario to put in the car. And once you've started, you can't put a reserve driver in the car for the 500. So that's why if it was to rain earlier in the day and then they were going to start later, Larson would most likely fly out to the 500 or to the 600, and then someone else would most likely take that seat for McLaren for the 5. It's kind of up in the air on who that would actually be. There are a lot of rumors that it would be Tony Kanaan, but he didn't actually take his refresher today, so it's still pretty up in the air on who that would be driving the car. But
we'll be in attendance.
Maybe Kyle Larson. It's not as interesting either way.
You better bring your rain jacket too, then. Umbrellas and everything. So what's the realistic chance of Kyle Larson winning this race?
I think I said on Landcoin out of 10, I gave him a 3.5 out of 10 chance of winning this race. He's got the talent, I think early on in the race right now, one thing that's really against Larson is the lack of race running they've gotten. Since they've had a lot of practices rained out so far, he's only probably had 2 days of race running, like maybe 4 hours right now. So he hasn't seen a lot of the stuff that he's going to see in the race. It's Kyle Larson, so you never know how he's actually going to react to that. McLaren has a lot of speed in their car. I don't know exactly how much I love Chevy as a manufacturer in the race right now. It's going to depend on with the weather. I think the hotter it gets, the more I favor Honda, and the cooler that it gets, I think that kind of favors Chevy a little bit more. So all of that kind of plays into it. But that being said, I'm looking forward to seeing what Kyle can do this weekend, because obviously it's bringing a lot of eyes that are kind of needed right now in IndyCar on the sport. So.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch as well. I'll certainly be rooting for him. So who's a few drivers that you do like in this race?
Right now, so they've really only had the 2 hours of race running on Monday, right? They will have carb day. It's looking like we're going to get some practice tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to seeing those 2 hours of practice to try to lock down who exactly I want to bet. But based on the stuff I saw Monday, I like a lot of the Hondas. Right now, if you want to look down on value, I like Helio. He in practices at Indy is a little bit harder. You can't just look at the data and kind of know what you're looking at. You really have to watch practice, listen to the drivers, and kind of feel out who is good in the tow stream, who's getting the slipstream and able to move their car to get it around passes, because it's just not hard to do, right? So I like the way Helio does in practice. He likes to put his car in different places. throughout the pack to try to feel how it feels. And he's got so much experience there. He knows what he's looking for. So another guy I like a lot, and he's had a lot of talk right now, but it's kind of warranted with the way he was cutting through traffic on Monday, is Colton Herta. Right now, you can get him at top 5 at plus 175 over on Hard Rock, which I think is a pretty good number for the way his car is looking. So yeah, right now, Helio top 10 plus 160. There's a matchup over Ryan Hunter-Ray. I think Ryan Hunter-Ray, if you look at qualifying, the way they qualify for the Indy 500, for those that don't know, they add a boost last Friday that is only used for qualifying. Chevy this year knocked it out of the park with that boost. They're almost, 10 of the top 12, something like that, and almost all of the top 6. Basically, Chevy killed it in qualifying. But in race trim, they took that boost away, everything evens out, right? So right now, the lines are all kind of adjusted to Chevy being so much better in qualifying, but that's not how they're going to race. So I'm looking to try to take advantage of that. And one of the ways is I don't think Ryan Hunter-Ray's car is actually that good, but he qualified 11th. Helio is going to get around him. He's at minus 115 over on 365. That is one of my bigger bets so far that's still available. A lot of the bets I've made so far are not available still for whatever reason. But, yep. That's where I'm at.
Betting on the 500. I don't blame them. I'll have some action. So, all right.
Yeah. Any other questions for me, boys? Or
I mean, I think you have anything to add, Joey Tron? You know more about this than I do.
There's 2 drivers that I'm looking at for the Indy 500. One, he's not a driver I'm looking at. I'm gonna bet Kyle Larson just because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, he actually won, but I didn't put a ticket on him. So I'm gonna do a little something on Kyle Larson.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I feel like that's exactly why the market's where it's at. But you know what? I can't knock it at this point. Let's get the NASCAR gamblers in here and let's boost this IndyCar market. So,
but the 2 drivers I will be targeting and will be betting. I like Will Power to win. He won here in 2018. He's having a great season so far. He's got 3 runner-up finishes in 4 races this season, and in the 3 practice races, he came in 2nd, 9th, and 3rd. Has a pretty solid car. And another person I'm looking at is Santino Ferrucci. A really interesting stat about this guy. In his 5 Indy 500 starts, he's never placed outside of the top 10, and he has 3 top 5s in his last 4 starts. So, top 5 finish as a plus 220.
What's his top 10 number?
I think I'll be honest. I haven't seen the top 10 market for the Indy 500. I was looking, but I didn't see it.
I don't know.
I've got it on Caesars and I've got it on Hard Rock.
Really? Hard Rock finally put Indy 500 out. When I checked yesterday or 2 days ago, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, no, they were slow. There a couple of them were throws. 365 was slow this year too, but they've got some stuff out. I don't know if they have top 10s, but I know they got some groups and some matchups that I like on there.
Awesome. I'll be diving into that more tonight then. Thank you.
Yeah, there's some good ones on there. So, and they, for whatever reason, 365 doesn't automatically. I've placed like 3 or 4 group or matchup bets on Caesars, and they'll move the line immediately after I place. Yeah. Like, I'm not playing that much money either. It's just like this market's so soft, it's ridiculous. So
they know the Twitter, man. They know Auto Lotto.
I guess, man. I guess. The most fun one I got was they, for whatever reason, popped Romain Grosjean at over 30.5. So I obviously slammed the under of 30.5 because there's only 33 cars in the field. So I
jumped on that too. I saw you writing about it in the Discord.
Nice. You were able to actually get on that? That's awesome. I wasn't sure if anyone did because that thing moved all the way down to 26.5 and now it's just gone. They just gave up on the market.
Yeah, all right. CLV, talk about it.
Yes, that's I was tempted to play the over 26.5 and just have a middle, but it is what it is. So I guess I'm a Grosjean.
Right. So you said there's practice. Practice is tomorrow?
Yep, we got carb day tomorrow from 11 to 1. It's looking like we're going to have Monday was like 85, 86, 87. It was pretty warm on Monday. Tomorrow might be closer to race conditions depending on when the race happens. I mean, it is with the rain in the forecast, that probably will make everything cooler. So tomorrow might be a little bit more indicative of what they're looking like. So I will be at the track. I'll be locked in, and I'll most likely lock down some more bets after that. So check us out in the NLD Discord and see what I'm locking in.
Yeah, and then we're racing Sunday, noon?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'm always so drunk by then, but
yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll hit you up on Twitter and try to find you at the track on Sunday.
All right, right on. I'll be in turn 3. Where you at?
I have no clue, to be honest. I found this one spot last year. It's literally underneath a tree by, I think it's like the 9th or 10th green, and it's perfect. It's right outside of a turn. You're right up on a hill, so you see them coming around, and it's nice and
Amazing.
shaded. It's
All
perfect.
right. Right on.
I have it pin marked on my maps.
I love it. That's some backstretch action. I like that.
Hell yeah.
All right. So I guess, Kyle, you want to plug yourself, tell people where they can find you, what you're doing. If you want to give out a best bet, whatever you want to do, let people know who you are.
So I'm giving out a goofy bet. It's maybe not a best bet, but a bet I've been looking at all week, and I've played it a couple times. Just based on the advantage I think that Honda has in race pace, I like the over top 10 4.5 Hondas at plus 145 over on Caesars. So I'm hoping for 5 of the top 10 to be Hondas. They've got the same market, Chevy under 5.5 at plus 135. It's essentially the same bet. There's just Hondas and Chevys. So take the plus 145, take the better side. But yeah, that'll be my best bet. You can find me in the NLD Discord. You can find me in Beer Money Discord. You can find me in a couple other Discords if you want to. But those are the 2 main ones. And yeah, I'll be on Landcoin off and on, I'm sure. Landcoin IndyCar
Yeah, they
didn't
just had an
exactly.
episode, right?
Yep. We just dropped one talking about Monaco, obviously the Indy 5 and then the 600s. So yeah, said a lot of the same stuff over there. I'm not gonna lie, but they've got some fun.
Check it out anyway.
Exactly.
You're a friend of our podcast.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll listen tomorrow at work.
There you go. Appreciate it, boys.
Too.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on. Everybody else, stay around. We're going to talk some Coca-Cola 600.
Everyone have a good one.
All right.
Also, sorry to pivot to IndyCar again. They also have top 10 on Hard Rock. He's minus 125. Santino
I don't
Ferrucci.
have Hard Rock, so doesn't matter to me.
All right, let's rock and roll to NASCAR.
All right. So, as I said, Darlington, I did well. That was Brad Keselowski won that one. So I didn't have him outright. Usually I have Brad Keselowski, and for some reason I didn't have him then, and he wins. But that's all right. Yeah, last week I had Logano outright plus 800. I also cashed Tyler Reddick in a head-to-head with, I think, Kyle Busch. I can't remember. But that cashed as well. Actually, might have been Ty Gibbs. But yeah, we'll get into Charlotte right now. We'll start out with the track facts. As I said, we're at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola 600. This is race number 14 of 36. This is a 1.5 mile quad oval, 24 degrees of banking. We're going to be doing 600 miles, which is 400 laps. This is the longest race in NASCAR. I'm looking for guys who know how to race like this. I'm looking more to the veterans than the younger guys. 600 miles is a lot of driving. And to do it in 3.5 hours is a task. Stay out of trouble, not get in accidents and whatnot. So, I think chalk prevails here to a degree. A few guys I like, there are a few guys that do not like. But, let's get into let's actually reignite Tron's trends. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, let's get it. All right. So, in the Coca-Cola 600 trends, 7 of the last 10 race winners have started 8 or worse. However, 2 of the last 3 race winners were actually won by the pole winner. The most pole winners among active drivers, we have 3 of them, and they each have 3. William Byron, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Busch. Chevy has the most wins here with 49, and then Ford with 32. And the last 3 winners have gone Ford, Toyota, and Chevy. A little dicey there. Each of the last 3 has been a different manufacturer.
Who was it? Yeah, Blaney, Hamlin, and Larson were the last 3 winners. So, I like
interesting
that.
Trends.
There are some interesting trends. So I guess we'll start off talking about Kyle Larson. You have interest in him. What do you let's start with this. What do you think the effects of Kyle Larson racing a 500-mile race, flying into Charlotte, and racing a 600-mile race?
Well, I hope he takes a nap on that flight from Indy to Charlotte. But outside of that, I did read that if you win the Indy 500, you're not going to race in a double. I don't know how true that is. That's true?
I mean, I'm not saying factually. I do not know, but in my opinion, if I win,
I don't think you can make
I win the Indy 500, I am partying like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's why you
saying?
won't make it, because you got to celebrate. You got to drink a milk. You got to kiss the bricks.
Yeah, you got to do all that extra.
It's impossible because he has to leave by 4:15. But to your original question, I don't think it's going to affect him that much. Yeah, the cars are different, but like these guys are professionals. Whether look at Shane Van Gisbergen, his first race was a street race. Yeah, street race, but he came out and he won. He freaking dominated. That was his first ever NASCAR race. So I feel like these guys they're professionals. They're the best drivers in the world. Whether it's an Indy car, a Formula One car, NASCAR, I feel it really doesn't matter. I just think the fatigue and the tiredness is what's going to affect him more than going from an Indy car to NASCAR. That's just my opinion.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could bet him. If I wanted to bet him, I'd take him to win both. And as you said, if he wins the one, I don't think he's going to the other. Mm-hmm. That's just my personal opinion.
But it sucks though. Great, that'd probably be a fucking crazy parlay to have both of them.
Yeah, nice parlay. Yeah. But as Kyle said, 3.5 out of 10 realistic of him winning the Indy 500.
Yeah, I don't think he has.
I'm not banking on that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think his price is where I want to bet him.
So there is a trend at the Indy 500 that I wanted to say, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna say it now really quickly. That goes off with Larson and why I don't think he'll win. Kyle Larson is good when he leads races and he holds leads. In my opinion, that's when he's really good. At the Indy 500, only 2 of the last 13 winners have gone on to win and lead laps in that race. So that's why I think it's gonna be really tough for him to come, because leaders don't win at the Indy 500. Stats prove that. And from the come from behind and just make a one last ditch effort like we saw last year with Newgarden on the final turn, I don't see Larson having that in him. I just don't.
I'm not betting him.
Either
race. I'm not betting him in either race. But I hope he does well in both of them.
Me too. He's a very humble guy. I like Larson. It's just double is tough, man. Double is tough.
I agree. All right, so who are a couple guys you are looking at?
Yeah, so 3 guys I like a lot. Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, and the hometown boy, William Byron.
All right, I like all 3 of them. But I don't know. I guess we'll start out with William Byron. What do you like about him?
He's got 3 pole winners here. He came runner-up finish last year. He came 4th here in 2021. 2 tracks that are pretty similar to what we're seeing on Sunday. He came in 3rd at Texas and 10th over at Vegas. I don't know, man. William Byron is just one of those drivers that's always there. He's always up there. He's always in the running. And at 11-1, man, that's a great price. He's either 11-1 or 10-1. And like I said, he's always up there to win. And getting that value, I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I get that. I guess my only concern with William Byron is in the past few weeks he hasn't been too great. I prefer the momentum guys, and William Byron doesn't have it. We'll see what happens after practice and qualifying. I guess if I could get a better number than 10-1, which I doubt. But maybe I'll look for him in like matchups or something like that.
I was looking for him in group bets too. Yeah. There you go. Yep. One guy who has a lot of momentum, though, is Denny Hamlin, man. He's on fire right now.
Denny Hamlin is
4 top 5s, including the All-Star race. Went at Dover's, and then he came in 2nd at the All-Star race last week. He's high right now.
In his last 3 races, he has an average finish of 3.3. Yeah, as you said, 1 win, 3 top 10s. His past 10, he has an average finish of 11.5. That's 3 wins and 5 top 10s.
At Charlotte, in his 22 starts at Charlotte, he has 18 top 10 finishes.
Denny Hamlin does?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're not going to lay like 300 or 250 for top 10, but just showing the consistency of how well he runs on this track.
Yeah, I used him in my lap traffic fantasy. So
I took
high
Byron.
on Denny Hamlin. Unfortunately, I feel like this number is not going to get any better since I actually have him doing well in qualifying. If you want to take a poll bet on him, I'm all about that.
I was thinking top 3. I saw him top 3 at plus 270 on DK. No, I'm sorry, not poll. Race.
Yeah. What was the number?
Plus 270 on DraftKings.
I like that. Mm-hmm. That works. Who else? Kyle Busch, you said?
Oh, yeah, KFB. He's not doing the best right now. No denying that. But before the All-Star race, and the race before that, I forgot where it was. Might have been Darlington. I forget. He had 3 top 10s in 4 races. Came in 9th at Texas. At Charlotte, he has 11 top finishes in his last 13 here. His last 8 races at Charlotte, he's come in 1st, 3rd, 4th, 29th, which is an outlier, 3rd, 2nd, and 6th. That's some dominance right there.
Yeah, he's also scored stage points in 2 stages last year. He was 6th place last year. You said he has 5 top 5s in the old car in 6 Charlotte races, so he's good at this track.
Do you think the car is going to affect him at all? The new car?
What's that?
I said, do you think the new car is going to affect him at all?
I mean, it hasn't.
Fair.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. I'll have some money on him too. He's also one of 3 drivers to have top 10s in both of the next gen races here at Charlotte at the Oval.
And my man just got punched in the damn face. You don't think he's gonna be pissed off driving with aggression on that track on Sunday night?
I'm sure he will be.
You know, I'm saying that's another reason why I like him. He's gonna be pumped up. He's gonna have energy. He's gonna want to be aggressive. But then also, it's not bad side effect of that is being aggressive might hit someone.
So that's why I like Ricky Stenhouse too.
Mm-hmm.
He has 7 plate finishes in the last 2 Coca-Cola 600s. So both times in this new car, he's been in 7th place. It's pretty consistent. Dating back to 2020, he's never finished worse than 12th at Charlotte. So that last 4 starts, he's been better than 12th. I like him for a top 10. I don't know that you could get any like head-to-heads on him or anything like that, but I think Ricky Stenhouse. I don't know that he's going to win, but I think.
Sorry, I was just going to ask you, how do you feel about Ricky Stenhouse? He won Daytona last year.
Yeah.
You know, I like Ricky Stenhouse. What is he like? Probably like plus 18,000 or something like that.
I got it right here. Hold on. I think I do. No, I don't.
Probably something crazy like that number.
What about you like Tyler Reddick?
I'll be honest, man. Anytime I bet him, he's shitty. Anytime I don't bet him, he does well. So I'm just damn if I do, damn if I don't. So I'm just not going to put money on him.
All right. So that's the same with me. The stats say that he should win. He led 19 laps, cut a tire last year, finished 6th. The year before, he finished 5th, and he just had a weird save off the wall. The thing with him is he struggles at times. It's really at the end of races. We saw it in Darlington. He probably should have won the race. He did something boneheaded and took Buescher out too. Mm-hmm. But he does have top 10s in the first 2 next-gen races at Charlotte. The 45 we've seen a lot of speed from them on the intermediate tracks. I think he's a good guy to look out. I think it's going to be a lot of JGR and Hendrick here. Though the other 2 Hendrick guys, I don't know that I'm fading, but I'm staying off of Elliott and Bowman. Though Chase Elliott has won here recently. I like Truex. Who else?
Do you like any Fords?
I mean, I should. I like Ryan Blaney because it's a night race.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I
I
kind of
always,
like Boucher top 4 at plus 330.
yeah. The only reason I don't know, I'd take him just because he's been hot. The last 3 races, he had that finish line loss against Larson. Then he almost won at Darlington until Reddick took him out. And then last week when he finished 3rd at the All-Star race. So he has momentum. He's been hot. I mean, I'm not going to hate on you for riding the hot hand. This just isn't a great track for him. I know this is the one where he did the fucking barrel roll in the car.
Mm-hmm.
That was at Charlotte. So, yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like that price.
I don't hate it. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably take Keselowski over him.
Yeah, Keselowski is 275.
Yeah, so worst price. Yeah, there's no
Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson's racing in this one.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't even give him a look.
So is SVG. And also, Ricky Stenhouse is 20 to 1.
All right, that's not bad. I don't know that. Let me see what I have him for Stenhouse. Yeah, I have him qualifying 27, so his number might go the right way for us.
Where do you have Byron qualifying?
Fourth.
Yeah. Nice. I was like, we'd be like top 5.
Yeah, my top 5 are Hamlin, Reddick, Blaney, Byron, Truex.
I like Byron.
I do like Truex. Truex for top 3, top 5. I think he's undervalued here. Before the new car, he raced really well here. I think he has 2 wins, a pair of runner-ups, a 3rd place, a 6th place. That's all in the past 10 races here. So he has good track history here. He hasn't won a race, but I think he's 2nd in points for the season.
Interesting.
I don't think he has any DNFs. I don't know that he wins. I mean,
he is in 2nd. He is in 2nd place.
Yeah.
He has no DNFs.
No DNFs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Top 5, top 3. But I think if you want to bet Martin Truex, you got to do him like bet him now. Otherwise, price probably won't be beneficial enough.
What about Chase Elliott? I'm personally.
As I said earlier, I think he's won this race before. He's been hot. I mean, the momentum. He's a number 1 driver, I think, in the last 10 races.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to take Chase Elliott.
No, I'm not either. I was just curious, but you are.
Yeah, in his last 10 races, he has an average finish of 8.7. 1 win, 6 top 10s. I mean, if I was going to do anything, I guess it would be like a top 10 for him. But I'm sure the price isn't any good. You got that up?
For who? I'm sorry.
Chase Elliott, top 10.
Chase Elliott,
like minus 160.
220.
Yeah, see. Can't bet that.
Denny Hamlin, top 10 is minus 400.
I don't want Denny Hamlin top 10. I like the top.
What about good old Carson Hocevar, 10 to 1?
I'll mess with that.
Right? It's some good value, in my opinion.
It is. I mean, he's had success here, albeit in the lower series, but he knows how to get around in this track. He's had some good races this season for a rookie.
Oh yeah,
I've bet on him a few times.
I used him for Lap Traffic Fantasy 1 week.
I think I did too.
Hell yeah. I would have used our boy Stephen Malozzi too, but I didn't realize he was racing until after the fact. I was like, damn it. Sometimes, yeah, I'm just mainly targeting those three: William Byron, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Busch. Specifically, Byron to win, Denny Hamlin top 3, and Kyle Busch top 5.
Yeah. So I'd be Truex top 5, top 3. I'd be on Truex. Kind of like Reddick. I'm going to see what happens with the number, but I think if it gets worse, I'm probably not going to pull the trigger. Ricky Stenhouse, as I said, top 10 is good for that. Might go up to a top 5. I like Kyle Busch, as you said. I'll have a little bit on him outright as well. Yeah, I guess really no Fords will be on my card. Byron, Truex, Hamlin. Those are the guys I like.
Mm-hmm.
Reddick.
Chalk has been really paying.
Yeah. I might do like a Blaney top Ford, but I don't think it's a good number. I haven't looked at it yet.
And that's the thing that sucks though. Like the chalk is really coming through this season, so you really can't just be. I mean, you can place outrights, yeah, sure, but you gotta find other ways to make money because you're not gonna get ahead winning on a plus 350, plus 400 every single week. You gotta find other markets, you know.
I do know. All right, we'll wrap this up, I guess. Want to tell people where they can find you at, what you're doing?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at @BettingUnderdog. You can also find me at Pick Advisor at Joey Tron, and you can find me over at sportscapping.com as well at Joey Tron. Doing pretty solid in the NBA playoffs, winning about 54% of plays. I'm hot in the MLB right now. I'm winning about 60% the last 30 days, so I'm looking to keep that up because dog days are coming, and getting hot at the MLB right now is the right time.
Sweet. Yeah, and I'm at Rycape on all social media. You can find me on the websites as Tom Macrina. Same thing. I've pretty much been doing well in all sports. NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, I've been doing well. MLB, I've been doing great. Not as great as you, but I've been doing great. My WNBA plays, I think I'm 4-1 to start the season. So come check that out. Also, make sure you check out my free plays. May has been pretty amazing for my free plays. I've cashed a lot of big plus money tickets. I don't know. I've had like 23. What is it, the 23rd? Yeah, I think I'm like 25 and 10. I'm up like 13 units on free plays.
Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Free plays are the best. Because it's always like, yo, let me try this out. And it wins. It's like, yo, let's go.
Well, I say with anything I can't post in premium, you get for free. And usually the free ones are they're the better money anyway, paying you out. Yeah. Also, make sure you check out the Insiders Room Discord. You can find my premium plays over at pickadvisor.com. All my free plays on pickadvisor.com. Make sure you check out insidersroom.com as well. Joey Tron, thank you for coming on. Make sure you go check out Auto Lotto 317 on Twitter. He gives all the best indie talk. And I'm at Rycape on all social media. Check me out on the websites, Tom Macrina. Joey Tron, enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. We have a lot of racing going on, and it should be exciting. So drink, be merry, and let's cash some tickets.